Hey everybody, Pastor Woody here. Let's talk about day number 7 of your trip of a lifetime, your Holy Land tour with Woody in June of 2023. Day number 7 is a day in which you're going to go all the way up to the northeast border of Israel, which is a border with Syria. That's right. I'll tell you more about that in a moment. You're also going to go north and see a very well-known but kind of an ominous place in the gospel account. All right, so let's talk about day number 7. And when I mention that, I'm mentioning the itinerary of a tour that I'm going to be taking in June of 2023, June 12 through 23, 2023. All right, so if you would like your own digital copy of this itinerary, you can get the link in the description below. By the way, I hope you will also subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll know when I'm posting new videos about itinerary or any other kind of video about Middle Eastern travel, Israel travel. All right, now, so let's talk about day number 7. When you wake up, remember you're going to already be at a hotel in Galilee, the most beautiful part of Israel, in my opinion, my favorite part of Israel, the northern part of Israel. You're going to be in the Festival Hotel there in Galilee. Now, let me just say as an aside, one of the things I love about this itinerary is the fact that there's not a lot of packing up and moving. If we go back all the way to the beginning, remember, when you arrive in Israel, you're going to go to a hotel in Jerusalem, and you will be in that same hotel for 4 nights. That's wonderful, right? Because you're getting your feet under you and you're getting onto the right time zone. You don't need to be messing with packing up and going to another hotel. That doesn't happen until the 5th night, where we go to the Dead Sea. From there, we then go north to Galilee, and you're going to be in this same hotel for 3 nights. So it's a very relaxing way of doing the itinerary that has less packing up and moving than a lot of other itineraries I've seen and been on. So I appreciate that about it. All right, so day number 7, we're going to get a beautiful meal again for breakfast. You're going to be used to Israeli breakfast by now. You might have ventured out from pancakes and waffles and tried some lox and bagels and some other Israeli fare. All right, so we board our bus, we go north, we go to a place that's known in the Gospels as Caesarea Philippi. A whole history here and occult history here. But we're going to go up to Caesarea Philippi, which is a beautiful place, beautiful springs, crystal clear water, a lot of foliage, but we're going to come to a sheer rock face with some carvings in it and a gaping hole of a cave. And inside that cave is the source of the spring, which comes out underground and under that rock. And back in the day, there were occult practices that happened inside that cave. And there were also gates that went across that particular opening, and thus it was nicknamed the Gates of Hell. You guessed it. All right. So Jesus in the Gospels takes his disciples north. They go to this beautiful setting. He asks his disciples, "Who do people say that I am?" Peter says, they say various things. Peter eventually says, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." As Jesus has asked, "Well, who do you say that I am?" Peter makes that famous profession of faith. And then Jesus says, well, upon that rock, the rock of your confession of faith, we're going to build the church of Jesus Christ. And oh, by the way, the gates of hell are not going to prevail against it. You're going to see the very place where that conversation may well have taken place, and certainly the place that allowed Jesus to have that idiom of the gates of hell. Now, from there, we're going to go to a beautiful lunch which is included with a group of people called Druze, an interesting group of people, very kind, very accommodating group of people. And we're going to have a special speaker at lunch, a little bit different as we hear more about that area of Israel, both in history but also currently. All right, then we're going to go from there to Mt Bental. Mt Bental. Now, Mt Bental is about almost 4,000 feet, one of the higher mountains, not the highest mountain, but one of the higher mountains, and it is right on the border of Israel and Syria. In fact, it's the location of one of the most famous battles in the 1973 war, where you'll hear the whole story, but this is another one of those places where the Israeli Defense Force takes their recruits and tells the story of the famous stand that was made by a vastly outnumbered Israeli soldiers and an Israeli tank group that was there to defend that particular spot. And anyway, it's a great spot, but it's an incredible overview. That's one of the reasons to go there, is you're looking out from this 4,000-foot mountain down into a plain and this farmland, and that's Syria. And if it's a clear day, you can even see the outskirts of Damascus, Syria, and you'll get a sense of just how compact the Middle Eastern geography really is. And you will see, no doubt, structures that have been built and may be occupied by both Syrian and Russian forces who are poised right on the border of Israel. Now, it's going to be a great place, great overview, beautiful place. You'll see Mount Hermon. You'll see the Golan Heights. You'll be in the Golan Heights when you're there. And from there, we return all the way back to our hotel, and the festival continues with the workshops and with the concerts with Rebecca St. James and other Israeli artists. And it'll just be a wonderful night together, relaxing time for the outdoor Galilee Festival. And so that is day number 7. All right, look forward to seeing you soon, where we'll talk about day number 8. God bless you guys.